Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fellowship of Fans Second Age Show. This is our second video, first panel of 2023. I'm your host, Varking Runesong, and on the panel today with me is Harry. How's it going, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Actually, I'm pretty excited and happy to be back. Not as quite as excited as Hen is down there. Hen, how are you today?
Hi, everybody. I'm fine.
Okay.
Just a bit.
And down to my bottom right, we have Strider. How's it going?
Awesome, man. Ready and, waiting for this show to start.
Just before we get into the news, can you tell people who your favorite Ninja Turtle is while you're wearing the shirt?
Donatello, baby.
That's right. Any particular
The
reason
guy
why?
keeping the group together,
Just like you are at Fellowship of Fans.
And also chickens.
And without the chickens, let's get right into the scoops that we have for you guys today. We got some fun stuff planned. Harry, do you want to kick us off? No, Strider.
Yes, I will do that. So, the first exclusive of this episode and also this year is that Myrdania is a new female elven character in the Rings of Power Season 2 and is a protagonist.
Oh.
So this is our first female elf, except from Galadriel, in the show now. And we've got two.
And I like the word that it ended with, a protagonist. So it's got to play some sort of an important role. And not that I like the elves or want them to have a bigger role in the show, but I just think that it's cool that, we're getting more of this and some of this information is starting to get out. Hen, what do you think about this? What do you think of the name?
I think the name, it's got to be a member of the Myrdine, Myrdania.
No, we're not confirming that. I'm not confirming that.
Yeah. But it kind of calls for it. So you'd expect to see a member of the Myrdine. The Myrdine is the brotherhood of they're a forging guild. They're buddies of
Gwaiti Myrdine,
Yeah. So I'm assuming.
Now, during season 1, there was a leak of like a character list, and it had code names or pseudonyms and then character names on it. Do you think this name is one or the other? Do you think this is the actual character name, or do you think this is just like a code name for the character?
I think this is the character name.
Yes,
as far as we understand, not the code name. Although they all had two, so go figure.
Yeah,
even more guesswork.
I think that is a good question, and I think it's actually quite possible that this may end up being a code name, like maybe like the main jewelsmith that we will have working with Celebrimbor will be this lady, and that's why they're just calling Myrdania. But it would make sense. But who knows? Elves have many names. Like Fëanor had like 15, so maybe she has 2 or 3. Maybe that's her go-to nickname because she has been a smith, for the last 500 years, or perhaps. So could be a name, but I think it's also quite a nice chance that it is actually just a code name.
For me, from what I know about it so far, I do think this is the final confirmed name. But of course, as we knew with Ayarian and Karine, it can be subject to change. But I don't 100% think that'd be the case. I do think this is the final name due to the information, because I do think we do have the code name as well, but that's probably for another time. So yeah, that's what I think. So I do think that this is probably, I'm not going to confirm, but probably the final name for this new elven character.
Well, I hope that Strider's guess is somewhat accurate, because even though I'm not a fan of elven content, Celebrimbor's workshop was so beautiful, and there were so many cool things in there and things that we could have seen that we didn't get to in season 1. And I would definitely love for us to be able to explore more of that and see more forging, even if it's outside of rings, just to be able to be in the workshop. I think it would be really, really cool to see inside of season 2. And
Yep.
No, go ahead, my brother.
No. Please finish your thought, and I will join in.
My finishing was moving on to the next one. So if you got something to add to it, let's hear it, brother.
Yeah, just like a theory, perhaps. So Celebrimbor at some point made a stone called LSR. It was supposed to be like a healing stone, and he gave it to Galadriel. So I'm guessing that we may see him make that at some point. The question is, do they have the rights for that, of course, and so on?
I'm not sure.
But I think it's mentioned relatively enough that they could maybe pull it off, because it's mentioned in the Lord of the Rings as well. But anyway, I think we could see him and his Smiths work on that perhaps, and that would be something that would be an interesting item or artifact that Galadriel would use in her character arc when she moves from, as she is moving away from being a warrior towards, being the healer, the passive leader, the protector, the grower, and so on. So yeah, I think you may be onto something. We could very well see this particular artifact being created in the second season.
If I'm allowed to, Vulcan, if I'm allowed to interject.
Yeah. He spurred me, so I'm going to go too. Go ahead.
If we know from the leaked set pictures that there are elves, including Galadriel and Elrond, go into a forest, so maybe if they are not part of the Myrdain in a region, then maybe it could be a wood elf, maybe it could be from the Greenwood, maybe it could be from somewhere around there. Of course, that would lead to maybe are we going to see Orpha, etc. But at least we know right now that is open to a possibility as well. Maybe she is from there. Maybe we are seeing a new elven faction in this second season. So that could be a possibility. And I also wanted to quickly add that, well, of course, we have this character, but who's going to be the actor for it? That is the main thing you think about. So the actor is currently unknown, but it's limited to the currently 3 announced actors, well, female actors, Nia Towell, I'm sorry if I, again, mispronounced names, very sorry, Selena Lowe, and Emilia Kenworthy. So either one of these could be this new elven character, original character that we might see in season 2. Does anybody have any maybe guesses as to who they think could be the elf? Unless, Hen, I know you really want to interject in first.
I have no guess.
Oh, amazing.
I would like to rule one out, just because in my heart I have hope that, and it doesn't make sense for it yet, but I would like for Emilia Kenworthy to be Celebrian, because she looks like young Galadriel to me, like hairstyle, hair color, eyes. And I know you can change all that, but it just, in my head, until it's ruled out, that's who she is to me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was good. I would say the same thing. Yeah, exactly. For me, I'm hoping we will get somehow Celebrian in this season, and I'm hoping that this will be her.
Yes.
Now, you guys were talking earlier about this loser stone that the elves make that heals things. I worry about having too much of a good thing on the show, because Mithril already cures all, baby. Yes. And everybody loved that from season 1. So we probably don't need any other stones to heal. Harry.
That stone is called LSR. So I'm going to pretend you did not say all of that.
On to our second talking point today.
I think that goes to Hen in your low voice.
It?
Yes.
Oh, it's all you, big dog.
I mean, we just talked about it. The actor is currently unknown, but it is limited to the currently 3 announced actors. You said that. Weird.
Yeah, the Armid.
Folks, hold on. I apologize, and I don't mean to cut anybody off, but I just got breaking news on my phone right now. I got a text from our very own Penguin, and I thought this was a picture of him, but he's telling me, and hopefully you guys can see this. This lad here, his name is Cameron Anderson, and he has a role in season 2 of Rings of Power, at least from what Penguin is breaking to me right now. I thought this was Penguin. Look again.
It is actually like him.
Do not look at the IMDb.
Absolutely.
Okay. Don't look at IMDb. Don't look at what he's been in. Just look at the face. This is going to be fantastically amazing in season 2. Thank you, Penguin, for that scoop. Hopefully we'll be able to officially confirm that. But man, who would have thought? Penguin 1 had my phone number, and 2 text me during this recording. Nice. What a lad. No Cameron way. Anderson.
Cameron, let's get that guy on screen right now. Look at him.
Does anybody have what he's been in? I know I said as a joke, don't look it up, but now I feel like we've got to look it up.
It's Anderson with, make sure you spell it right, though.
How many ways are there to spell Anderson?
Yeah.
Anderson with
He's been
in with an O.
Here we go.
In Sex, Love, Other.
You can tell. Look at his
Karen,
face.
Promising.
yes, Karen Carpenter, The Bank Job, which is a big movie actually, and he was a corporal. It looks like something in that. So
So he's a carpenter, and he's robbed a bank. This reminds me of Halbrand somehow having money in season 1 in Numenor. Like he must have robbed it from people. Maybe he's going to be one of his buddies. I don't know.
Varkin, wait for this.
Well,
Wait,
to me,
Audition for a Vampire is another movie he's worked on.
I don't want to say all the signs are there, folks, but I mean, come on. Put them together. Put them together right there for you.
Strider?
to me, he looks like the second.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yes, and he looks like the second Spartacus actor from the series Spartacus.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
he could be a badass warrior. I could see that. And a badass
Celeborn.
warrior we are hoping to see is in second season is Celeborn.
Yeah.
So
One
if
thing
I could,
Let me get a picture of him.
Shush. And
choose something, like I could see him as Celeborn.
Let me get a
But who
picture
knows?
of him on my screen. Just a
Who
minute.
knows?
mhm.
I think, not to talk about his looks, but I think people would, enjoy him, at least from the look standpoint, as Celeborn. I think he does look like he would fit that kind of role. So that's a really good call, man.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
you you assume to some extent at least that they would still at this point anyway go with someone who looks like, I always mangle his name, Martin Chokash.
We'll compare comparison
Celeborn.
on screen right now.
Boom.
It's
Yeah.
just,
Technology
know.
nowadays.
we'll see.
That's his story at Ready. You just did it. Magic.
Plenty.
They were like, do we have any of this footage? Do we have these images? And you were like, I'm
Yeah.
good. And it happened.
Boom.
Just
Another
like
image.
Gandalf, season 1, or whatever his name is, the stranger.
Stranger Things. All right. So, okay. This is actually an actor that he is reportedly part of the Rings of Power. We've known about his involvement for quite a bit. We tried to find more on him, and how much so we're just releasing this now. He is part of season 2, and probably maybe in a minor role, maybe really outshot that he might be Celeborn. Who knows? I know people are right now saying that the Callum Lynch, I think is his name, saying he might be Celeborn as a possibility. So who knows? But that's 2 potential candidates now. And Hen, are you still looking for that Polish guy?
Oh no, I'm good.
Good.
Are you using Google or DuckDuckGo?
I have a friend who uses that one. Not me.
Well, they're close to chickens, so I thought maybe that was
Yeah.
your search engine of choice.
They also taste very good with Asian dressing.
There we go.
Cool.
There we go.
So, Varkin, before Penguin and you just interrupted with that breaking news out of nowhere, we were still talking about that new human lady that we're seeing in season 2. And I wanted to go back to that second, taking it away from potentially her being a queen, because maybe that's just coincidence.
Cool.
But so where could we see it? The Southlands? Is it fair to presume that they're pretty much dead? So I think Pelagia is the only other place, unless we are going to Harad, or I should say more Rune.
Not to Rune. Yeah.
Rune, yeah,
Rune.
Rune. Yep. Harad.
Oh, right. You expect to meet some people in Rune.
Or she could have been. I mean, they didn't talk about a queen of the Southlands, but maybe she was in an area nearby, and while Halbrand and the orcs and Adar were down there just wreaking havoc, doing whatever they want, going all willy-nilly on them, maybe she was on some sort of expedition to one of the surrounding areas to work on peace treaties and that type of stuff, and she's coming back now to find out all this bad stuff has happened.
Maybe she was the queen of Horden Village, as Nazni Bunyadi said in season 1.
I sincerely hope not, because those villages, like, there's not enough room for like a mayor in those 2-3 villages, not for a king and a queen. So I would like to stay away from there. But I think Pelagia is probably a good place for that, though.
Yeah.
Given how how usually organized the way the kingdoms are usually organized in Middle Earth, especially the human ones. I don't see her maybe being the queen in Pelagia, but I could see her perhaps being the queen. I think it's likelier if she's the queen. I think she's likelier that she's a queen in Rune.
Yeah, I think I can follow with that as well. And quickly, I just want to add, people might be saying, why can't she be a Numenorian? We would know if she was a Numenorian. We know that she is strictly a human character because human and Numenorian are categorized differently. So in case someone raises that, that's why we're not talking about, maybe a Yardian has another sister or something, like, we don't know. Because, yeah, she is a human. So we've got 2 new characters and a new actor, which is quite interesting. We are going to Varking, I'm not sure if you don't mind. Do you want to recap today's news or should I?
I mean, you can go ahead and do the recap, and then I've got
Cool.
something I'm going to sound off with shortly after.
Indeed. So just to recap today's stuff, we're meeting the first female elven character aside from Galadriel in season 2, who is not Celebrian, but a character named Merdania. We didn't even talk about maybe if, let's say, for example, it is Nia Towley, maybe it could be a Ronde's sister. That could be a possibility. None of us talked about. Remember that now. And we know that she's a protagonist. The actor is currently unknown, but of course you have those 3. So 2 of these 3 are going to be one of these roles, basically. And then in season 2, but let me pause this real quick. Okay, I'll continue. In season 2, we'll be meeting a new female human character called Diomed, whose code name is interestingly Queen. And finally, the breaking news, which wasn't actually going to be part of today's thing. So thank you, Varkin, for this. We now know Cameron Anderson is part of the show, which interesting turn of events. So, hey.
Well, reportedly. We're not
reportedly
100% sure, but
99%. Yep. So, yeah. Ken, has this been interesting for you? Fun today?
Yes, very.
Indeed. But I think I would like to take this back to the host, Mr. Varkin Runesong.
Thank you. And I just want to quickly say it's fun to be able to do this again and have news and have scoops and rumors that we can share and come together. Scoops, yeah. Being able to get the group together, anybody in the group to be able to do videos like this and be able to chat. And I just want to let folks know that if you are interested in providing any sort of scoops, you can email us. You can hit us up on Twitter. We're very active on social media. Yeah. We have a Reddit page. We have a very beyond active Discord server that you folks can join. And, maybe we'll go ahead and share links when this video goes live so people can join those places and interact with us there in between our videos. We don't just show up and do these. We do a lot of chatting with the community. And I feel like we've built a pretty good community so far. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for being a part of it. Happy New Year. I hope everybody had a good holiday, and really looking forward to being able to provide any other scoops that we can this year.
Perfect.
Well, Strider?
Yeah, it's hard to follow up on that. Yeah, just like happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. May it be a really cool one. May it be better than the last 2-3 years,
And same for me too. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. Of course, being Christmas and New Year, so hope that's all been well for everybody. And yes, big year ahead. Lots of stuff to discuss. Lots of panels to do, especially our live streams. We might have one this next Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. And yes, thank you very much.
Actually, if I may add one thing. So this video will be premiering on Sunday. So that actually means Orthodox Christmas has been happening since yesterday. So Merry Orthodox Christmas and Christos se rodi.
Also, on your way out, smash that mother friggin' like button and hit subscribe. I looked at a stat the other day that says only 4,000% of you who watch our videos are subscribed to our channel. So hit that button, raise those stats, and let's fucking go! Woo! Deuces.